This video is brought to you in part by Backyard Wrestling History. Go and subscribe to their channel.
Something that annoyed me when I first discovered this. So I guess at this point, Martin, you are, I guess, the only member of the Only Child Club. But I did not know that Phil had a brother.
I did have a brother.
I have known Phil for a quarter century, everybody. I have known Phil for a quarter century. I did not know he had siblings.
Yeah, I had a younger brother. I still do.
You still do.
I did and I do now.
The rumors of your death have been unsubstantiated.
My younger brother Jackson. He's like 4 years younger than me.
Yeah, because you've met my younger brother.
Yeah,
I
know Richard.
5 seconds.
No, not my twin brother. My other younger brother. We went to school.
Oh yeah.
Michael.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So now he has
and your sister Victoria
and my sister
Victoria.
Yeah, the only one, and you've actually met my youngest sister, but you didn't meet my youngest brother. So, well, he met her inadvertently because at the time she was a baby.
Oh,
yeah, that was at our high school graduation. So you probably wouldn't remember, but that's when you seen her. That was the baby my mom had. So it wasn't my baby. I wasn't just knocking chicks up at 17. That wasn't my style. But so you have a younger brother, and you actually brought him in to do backyard wrestling. And on tape, on what you have shown us, the guy is huge.
Yep.
Right?
He wasn't always so huge.
So he started wrestling with us when he was like 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah.
9. He was
because
9.
we were wrestling in the backyard, and he wanted to wrestle too. And so him and his friends would come and they'd wrestle too.
They were our cruiserweight division.
Eventually he kind of like grew out of it and started doing his own thing. But then when we got older, he was interested in coming back and trying it again. But
okay.
he is a giant human being.
Okay, so outside of the one match that we've seen on BYW
Backyard Wrestling History.
Backyard Wrestling History. I'm trying to find the right initials for it, but I am terrible at just doing that. Right.
All good.
So yeah, so you had him. So you shown him in at least 2 videos at BYW.
Yeah, he wrestled with us for that second run he had. He was with us for about a year.
Right.
And it took a while for him to like find his groove and find where he fit in. So he kind of just drifted his first couple months, and then he really like hit his stride towards the second half of his run. That's what my video was all about.
Yeah. So yeah, and I saw that. So did you ever think about like giving him like a Big Show type creative, or did you just want him to do his own thing?
I really wanted everyone to kind of do their own thing. Like toward the end there, when we were doing CCW, a lot of times I would let Nappy and Evan put their own storylines together.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'd be coming up to me telling me what I'm gonna do. Like I would really only like step in if I felt I need to. There was a couple times I made executive decisions, but for the most part I really like let people do their own thing. But I was there to help, my brother every step of the way.
Right.
There was a time we were doing a promo, like he used to have an interview show like Piper's Pit,
right,
on the spot with Xavier Lascano.
and he was interviewing me and my brother and I think Nappy, because we were all in a match that day. And my brother was super nervous, but he's trying to like put the poker face on and be cool. But you can tell he doesn't really know what to say because he's super camera shy. So the whole time I just got like my head down. I'm just like whispering stuff to him that he can say, like feeding him lines to help him out through his promo. I remember the last match me and him had where I let him beat me and get the win over me. Like afterwards, he's just like, "What do you call our devastating new finisher, Methodox?" And he clearly hadn't thought of a name yet. So while I'm laying on the ground selling, I like whisper a name to him, so that way he can have a name for his finisher. So I would help people if they needed help. I would definitely help him if he needed help, but also wanted people to find their own way and figure out what they want to do and works best for them.
It's amazing what age does, because when he was younger, he was not mic shy. When he was 1 ton as opposed to Methodox, oh my gosh. Like, and it's like you go through puberty and then things happen.
Yeah, that happens when you grow up,
Yeah, it happens. So when it comes to wrestling as a whole, which do you prefer to do more? Did you prefer doing production? Did you prefer doing promos? Did you prefer doing the what is it called?
I get what you're saying. You ain't got
do you prefer the journalism aspect? Do you prefer the manager role?
So and I'll let you go after this. I always preferred to be behind the camera than in front of the camera.
Right.
But I had to be in front of the camera because we only got so many people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and also like, you know, if I have this creative vision, I need to be able to act out that creative vision to bring this story to life, bring this character to life, bring this, you know, whatever we're doing to life. But I definitely felt more comfortable behind the camera.
Right.
You know, that was because also in my head, I was a much better wrestler than I actually was. So in my head, I'm goddamn Dean Malenko. But then I'd be watching the footage back and I'm like, oh, why am I so terrible? Jesus, why am I gassed out so early? So I never was able to live up to my own expectations. But, you know, doing the backyard wrestling thing, and I was the guy who shot all of our shows, who edited all of our videos, would make all of our music video hype packages. I learned how to make websites because we needed a website, so I made us our website. Like, I learned all about production and media and graphic design and content creation from doing backyard wrestling. Now that's what I do for a living, and I've had all these amazing opportunities in life. I've made a film, I got to work with Netflix, I've been all over the country. Like, I've done all this amazing stuff, and it wouldn't have happened without backyard wrestling.
So before we switch over to Joaquin, I have to ask, do those websites still exist?
I think the PWL one is still up. That one won't die, but all the other websites have long since come down because just like the places they're hosted have gone in there. But I think the PWL one is still up. I think it's the site that refuses to die.
Okay, so Joaquin, I'll ask you the same question. Which phase of wrestling did you prefer doing most?
Honestly, I liked it all equally. Like being a performer, being a writer, like coming up with angles and concepts, being the promoter and going out and like telling people, like recruiting, like all aspects of the activity, something that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you for watching this clip. Stay tuned for further clips, and if you missed the last one, go check it out. Till then, go check out Backyard Wrestling History, and as a reminder that kindness is always free, and I'm cheap as fuck. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay mad, my hatters.